From last time, I'm taking up this topic, why your vocal is just crazy. This is part 2. On the part 1, I talked about the timing problem of each singing note, the pitch problem, and the pronunciation problem as the reasons for vocal craziness. Those 3 points are the things that everyone commonly faces when just start singing. Since I mentioned those core points for the very beginners, today I'm going to talk about more advanced topics. Yes, there are so many reasons that vocals sound crazy. Even if you have got some vocal lessons and know some basics in singings, your vocals can still be heard crazily. The difficult thing is that even if you feel your vocals became better by taking some courses, still there can be so many odd or awkward points in your vocals. In other words, your subjective evaluation of yourself is different from what professional producers would feel. You compare your vocal with your previous one, but professional producers or playlisters compare your vocal with professional singers' ones. So, unless you reach a certain level of average professional vocals, you will continue to get miserable reputation from professional producers in spite of months or years of vocal training. Then your prospects gradually become gloomy, and you will finally be tired of vocal training. Such a severe phase will definitely come. Many people are experiencing such a tough time as long as they are aiming professional singers. My today's target is such people, those are still having somewhat odd vocals, despite always trying hard to sing better. Today I will mention additional 4 reasons why the vocal still sounds crazy, and you have to overcome all of those elements in order to get a beautiful voice. The reason for vocal craziness. Number 4. Your vocal volume is unstable. Even if the pitches are correct, and timings of each singing note are okay, songs can be heard very uncomfortably if the volume of the vocal is unstable. Pianos or synthesizers are machines, so they can let out the melody in the same volume all the time. But vocals by humans are not such things. It's impossible for humankind to sing all lyrics in completely some volume. So our vocals always have up and down of volume levels. However, speaking from the viewpoint of producers, in a song, each singing note always has the exact volume level to be heard beautifully and comfortably. Just like orchestral scores have fortissimo and pianissimo, vocals are also required to achieve a certain volume level within a song. If your vocal is getting out of such a required volume level there, it will be heard crazily. Typical problems in beginners lie in volume balancing. Some parts are too loud, but other parts are inappropriately small volume. This happens mainly because of poor breath control. If you have enough room and breath, you can sing that part loudly. But if you are running short of breath, you can sing that part only quietly. When that song requires you to sing a measure in one breath, if you are poor at breath controlling, the front part of the measure could be sung loudly, but the end of the measure will become very small volume. This is one of the main reasons why beginners' singing sounds poor. So, how can you improve your breath controlling ability? There are 2 aspects on this matter. One is the muscles of vocal cords. I talked about this last time. The other one is lung capacity. If you have a large lung capacity, your breath lasts longer. It means that you will not use up one breath in a measure, for example, so that you can keep stable volume by the end of the measure. And how the muscles of vocal cords are relevant to this? Actually, if you well-trained your vocal cords, you will become able to let out voices in little breath. You effectively use your muscles of vocal cords and can sing loudly with a small breath. Vocal training enables you to do that. In short, by making lung capacity larger and training vocal cords, you will get to sing in stable and proper volume. Oh, how to get a large lung capacity. You can research that on Google, because many athletes like swimmers are practicing the ways to achieve that. There are some tools to train lungs. Those things are also effective. It depends on your music genres whether you should sing in a constant volume or sing with a variety of volumes like pianissimo or fortissimo. In my case, I am mainly creating electro-pop songs. It basically requires a constant volume of vocals. So, I am singing in such a way and leveling the recorded vocals with using compressors or faders. Oh yes. Actually, producers are technically creating the best volume balance for that song after all. But even though the efforts to sing in a stable and proper volume are always required when recording. The reason for vocal craziness. Number 5. You have some odd habits when singing. It's very difficult to express in words. Actually, everyone has specific tendencies when singing. The problem is that sometimes such your tendencies are making your vocal odd and crazy one. For example, some people over-exaggerate when singing chorus or hook. They might be thinking their ways as dramatic, or thinking that's best because it's with full of emotions. But unfortunately, such a thinking is sometimes very subjective. Even your super emotional singing can be heard by others as something like drunk dad's awful song. Then, you will be so disappointed by all acid reputations from producers. You will cry like, "Why doesn't everybody understand the value of my song? I am so talented. Why do all producers call me down?" In such a case, it is necessary to take time to nurture your sense of music. What you subjectively think great is objectively not good. First, you must embrace that harsh reality. I recommend you to carefully compare your vocal with professional singers' ones. Then you must find some points, which are crucially cheesy compared with professionals' ones. If you could find the reason why your singing is tacky, that is the very point you have to solve next. Through the process of modifying your dumpy habits, you are gradually getting beautiful vocal. The reason for vocal craziness. Number 6. Your vocal is not matching the track. Even a professional vocal can be heard crazily if the back music is not for that vocal. For example, if you add a perfectly beautiful opera singing to 4-on-the-floor techno-style back music, it soon turns out to be a super crazy song. Similarly, if the way of singing or the texture of vocals did not fully fit the back music or the genre of the back music, it could sound odd and crazy. So you have to carefully examine the way to sing in your music genre. Or, in the other way, you need to think of what kind of style really matches your vocal. Everybody has own vocal characteristics and own texture. And because of that, your vocal also has some limitation. If you have a Drake-like vocal, it's very difficult to sing like Taylor Swift. If you have an Eminem-like vocal, to sing like Adele is far from your ability. Even professional singers are always thinking of what style of singing is really matching the song, or what kind of back music they should choose. If you feel your vocal sounds a bit odd when putting into a back music, there is always a possibility that that back music is not for yours. In my case, I am mainly singing with electro house style back music, because I love them, but it was so difficult to find out the suitable way to sing them. One day, I changed my main vocal line from ordinary chest voice to falsetto, and it did work. That was definitely better than chest voice. So, after that, I am using only falsetto as main vocal. Sometimes such a measure solves the problem. The reason for vocal craziness. Number 7. Your lyrics are not fitting with your melody well. This is the topic for singer-songwriters. When you make an original song with vocals, of course you will create lyrics and melodies, but there are so many cases that lyrics don't fit the melodies. I will show you some easy example. By using the hook melody of Shake It Off, you can easily sing like every day, every day. This is because both the sentence shake it off and the word every day have 3 syllables. Even if you put the word sunny day as instead of every day, it also works, because sunny day is 3-syllable words as well. But can you put the sentence call me maybe into the melody of Shake It Off? No, it's difficult, because call me maybe is a 4-syllable sentence. If you sing that forcibly, it becomes very odd song and just sounds disharmonious. Like this simple example, when we make an original song, we must always try hard to make lyrics harmonize with melodies, as they hear naturally. It requires some techniques and sense of songwriting. I will make another video about songwriting in the future, and we'll talk more detailed things at that time. Today, I give you the advice that if your original song sounds crazy, it can be the problem of the disharmony between lyrics and melodies. In many cases, you are likely to forcibly pack some longer lyrics in one melody, in order for lyrics to make sense. That often causes difficulty in singing, and make your song strange one. This topic also contains the matters peculiar to some genres. Rap music always pursues cool rhymes, or Four on the floor techno music has specific difficulties in expressing sensitive feelings, like sadness or loneliness. If you add some sentimental lyrics to heavy four on the floor beats, it soon starts to sound cheap, or worse, just crazy. This is what I'm always struggling with. So here I conclude the talk about why your vocal is just crazy. I hope you enjoyed and got some useful knowledge from this video. Thank you for listening and see you next time. Bye.